ladies and gentlemen. Can you feel it? Can you feel the electricity? Can you feel the palpable hue of anticipation the night, nay, the eve before football returns? Yes, we've had the NFL preseason. Yes, we've had high school football. Yes, we've had all kinds of different things. But the return of college football is back, and it is a mere less than 24 hours tomorrow night, 6 p.m. You're going to be able to surf the ESPN app, and you're going to be able to click on, I forget what the first game is. I'm pretty sure it is, it is Mercyhurst at Youngstown State, 6 p.m. Maine at Towson, 6 p.m. Stony Brook, Delaware State, 6 p.m. 3 games at 6 p.m. to kick off your weekend. Football is back. I have my jersey on, my game-worn jersey. App State. You can't really see the name over the crest. There you go. Number 34. Shout out your boy, AK34. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Derp here. Talk about the real question. We've got Sports Break Media. I know he's excited. Clemson's playing in a few weeks. Will the SEC still complain about the NIL? Of course they're going to complain. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into episode 427, August 26, 2026. It is National Dog Day. You know what? Let me do some quick dog facts. I know, so I'm AK. Welcome to the show. Today it is this college football week 0 mega show. And what that means is we've got schedules for this weekend. We've got graphics that we're going to be putting up that we have made, custom graphics. We're talking with Iron Football Stats app. We're getting everything dialed in for the season, but we've got predictions. We've got picks of the week. We've got a college football pick 'em we're going to do on the Iron Football app. We've got FCS. We've got FBS. We got it all. We're going to go through all of that. Then we're going to talk a little NFL. Then we're going to talk a little golf. But the primary reason for this show, well, we do it every Wednesday night. Welcome into the podcast. If you're listening to this, happy Thursday. Happy football day. Welcome to the show. Derp said he's from Youngstown. He's going to the game. Very much ticks me off. The Youngstown isn't on ESPN with those other games are. Yeah, that's a little weird. So, but you're going to be there. You're going to be sitting in the stands, Derp. So, Sports Break just got the App State Media Guide. So I know people on the podcast can't see this. If you're listening to the podcast, thank you. The numbers are going up. It is football season. We've had a viral clip that went, millions of views about the Hungry Caterpillar, all that stuff. Welcome to the show. Like, subscribe, download, leave a review, leave a rating on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. I think the only one we're not on is Pandora, and I'm not really sure why. But we're done with the NFL divisions. We did all the previews, right? And we love the NFL. That's coming up in a few weeks. Right now, it's college football's time to shine for the next 2 weeks. We got week 0. I got a statement about the 49ers. Everybody listen to this show, watch this show, knows that I'm a 49ers fan. So we will talk about that later. But I'm just so excited about football. I'm like, I cannot wait to get home. And I was telling my son about this. I was telling my wife, she's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm putting on my jersey because I'm so excited. There's another reason for me putting on the App State jersey. I got the flag, I got the helmet, I got it all. Are we upsetting Michigan anytime soon? I don't know if you saw us, Derp. Guess what? Let's go 49ers. You're right, Sports Break. We picked App State to win the Sun Belt. We're back. I don't know if you know that. And I got some more information for you. Niners. B. McCormick's here. You heard me talk about the Niners. So everybody's listening to the show on the podcast. You know that we record in front of a live virtual audience. So you'll hear us shout out people on YouTube like user XQ. We got Hong Kabi. So we got people, we got Sports Break, we got Derp, we got people piling in from everywhere. So let's see, National Dog Day. Let's do a couple of stats here for dogs because we love dogs. We don't want to poo-poo on dogs. We want to get to football, though. So as of now, you can hear it's a solo show for now. J-Vi said he might be on, but I know he's traveling for work. Edge is just moving into a new house, and he's got a whole bunch going on with work. Tex has, I don't know how many kids playing sports. So He's not here tonight. And hey, I got that. Let's talk about the real news first. 49ers owner getting caught for that. Dude, there is no – I was going to save this, but there's no team that needs the NFL season to start more than the 49ers. Holy cow. Between the substation, between Shanahan, between the injuries, between the owner, they just need to play ball. I mean, they've got it. They're in the news for everything but football. Okay. So which states love dogs the most? Okay. Top 5 states that love the dogs most. California's number 1. 88% of Californians love dogs. 86% of New Yorkers love dogs. They're number 2. Washington, 85% of Washingtonians love dogs. 4 is Tennessee, 84%. And then 5 is Florida. So Arizona rounds out the top 10. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Here's some other fun stats across the nation. 86% of people tell their dog, I love you, at least once a month. 73% buy their dog a gift at least once a month. 68% of people allow their dog to sleep with them at least once a month. Why do you love your dog? Over 85%, because your dog helps comfort you. That's a big one. So there we go. There's your dog stats. Top 3 insights from your dog survey. 70% of the dog owners would prefer to spend time with their dogs. Nearly 4 in 10 women would prefer spending time with their dogs to dating. Nearly 1 in 4 men would prefer to spend time with their dogs and go on a date. So there you go. Dogs sleep in a circle to protect their organs. I didn't know that. So there you go. Dog facts. Let me get that out of here. Speaking of dogs, ladies and gentlemen. Little weirdos here, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. At howdy.hatstudy.nc. I'm wearing a beautiful hat from her. And go follow her on Instagram. And new hats are coming soon. So check those out. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm so fired up. Speaking of dogs, like I said, the Herd Bros. App State was a dog in this tournament. This is a battle of the G6 tournament. I know we're doing this before we get to the schedule. But there's a tournament that goes on. I think it's the second year he's been doing it. The Herd Bros, great account. Marshall podcast, Marshall content, all of that. Great G6 advocates at the Herd Bros on Twitter. They do a battle of the G6 bracket, and I'm pretty sure it's 64 teams in the G6. I'm pretty sure it's 64. And basically what happens is the teams are seeded 1 through 16 in each region, just like the NCAA March Madness tournament. And then you vote in the comments, and they're seeded off of attendance record to their stadium. And they're seeded 1 through 16, and you go and vote in the comments, and whatever fan base votes the most, boom, it's over. You move on to the next round. Well, App State was facing Louisiana Tech in the first round. Smoked them. Then we smoked Georgia Southern. Then we get to Oregon State, and we're down 48% to 52%. In the late rally that we had in the last 8 hours of this voting poll, flipped the entire contest. It's App State's year. We picked them to win the Sun Belt, to go 10-2 minimum. I got my jersey on. This is the reason why I have my jersey on, is because we were up against the Oregon State Beavers in this battle of the G6 contest on Twitter, and we stormed back. You mess with the bull, you get the horns. You mess with the mountaineer, you get the corn pipe right in your face. Okay? Oregon State thought they could come up in here and get a giant lead and didn't think App State was going to have anything to say about it. And here we are now in the Elite Eight, and we're taking on Wazoo. So Wazoo, nice try. Here we go. This was the final vote. It was 50-50. It was dead lock. I think we won by like 3 votes, App State. What a comeback. What a win. That's how you start off football season, okay? That's how you get things going. That's how you set the momentum. You compete in Twitter polls online for your team. If you want to set the tone, you can't go to training camp. You can't go to fall camp. So what do you have to do? You got to do your part online. Now, look, we've been in training camp and fall camps up there before. We can't do that anymore. So what do we have to do? We got to rally the support online. We got to be an advocate. We got to step up and say, if App State's playing anybody and anything on the internet in real life, we're there. And that's what we did right here. We rallied the troops. App State wins, moves on. That's how you start off. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to this, let's play. Whoops. What did I just do? Let's play. Let's salute. Let's salute. Salute your sports. I just cracked open an ice cold liquid death. Hopefully they sponsor the show. At some point, they will, because I drink these liquid deaths all the time. They're the best podcast drink ever. Okay. Getting better at that. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the pundits, the college football elite, so to speak, the people who sit in front of the screens on ESPN, the people who sit in front of the screens on On3, the people who sit in front of the screens on Fox will beat you over the head. The Josh Pates of the world. No disrespect. Josh Pates, great. They will sit here and tell you there is 2 weeks until college football, or 1 week, whatever, however many Saturdays. It doesn't matter. I don't even know that count because football's here. And they claim to be football purists and football fans and guys that would miss weddings for football. Yet, they don't respect the FCS. They don't respect Division II. They don't respect Division III. How can you look at the college football slate and bypass? This is Thursday on the screen right now. If you cannot see, you're listening to the podcast. There is a slate for Thursday, August 27th, 2026, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 games will be played on ESPN Plus, the app. Tomorrow, or today if you're listening to the podcast. 18 games will take place tomorrow starting at 6 o'clock. So you can get the quad box going, I'm sure, on YouTube or on ESPN. And yet, people who are paid to talk about the sport are not talking about the sport. You look on ESPN, First Take, and McAfee and all that, hey, notable week 1 games. What do you mean notable week 1 games? I'm sorry. What about Stony Brook and Delaware State? What about Maine and Towson? Can't watch that game, but, I mean, come on. Central Arkansas versus UT Martin. Great game, as far as I'm concerned. I'm pretty sure I got the rankings pulled up here. UT Martin is ranked in the FCS poll. And Central Arkansas, I don't know if they were ranked or not, but I know that they've been good in the past. Were they receiving votes? No, but still, you've got a traditionally good opponent in Central Arkansas taking on UT Martin. So what are we doing here? Southern Illinois at West Florida. Let's go. Give it to me. Long Island versus North Dakota, the Sharks. North Dakota is a great program. I think they're ranked. They're ranked 10th in the FCS poll. So this idea that we have to wait another week for football, ladies and gentlemen, it's at your doorstep. And I feel like we should write a poem, like a night before Christmas. It was the night before football, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Our cleats were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that Lee Corso's headgear soon would be there. See? Get yourself ready for football. Don't listen to these people that are just not acknowledging the fact that there's 18 football games on. Yes, there's a pro game on there, a couple of pro games on tomorrow, but who cares? These games matter. So not only that, I mean, Charleston Southern and Lindenwood. That's a pretty good game. Charleston Southern's been decent in the past. So there's good games. Houston Christian at Southeast Louisiana. Southeastern Louisiana is ranked. So, there's good football on tomorrow. So don't listen to that. Don't listen to the naysayers. Eastern Illinois and Murray State. Let's go. Lafayette and Georgetown. Gardner-Webb, Austin P. Come on. Give it to us. Plenty of football on. Now, that doesn't even stop there. Look at this. Friday, you've got 6 more games on ESPN, three on ESPN Plus, 1 on ESPN at 10 p.m. It's going to be great. Idaho and Cal Poly is a great game. New Hampshire and Albany is a great game. William and Mary and Villanova, that's a ranked matchup, I'm pretty sure. William and Mary's receiving votes, I know that. Yeah, they receive votes, and Villanova is ranked. They're ranked 8th. So that's a great game. Colgate and Fordham, why not? I mean, we're sitting here, people are, I miss football. Where's football? And it's right in front of your face. Just turn on the TV. Download the app. So, okay, so you get to week 0. Then you've got Saturday, August 29th. There's probably 20 games on this slide. Good games. Citadel and Wofford, that's an old-time Southern Conference match right there. Abilene Christian and Lamar, it's a great game. Campbell and ETSU. Eastern Washington, Northern Arizona, are you kidding me? So, plenty of football. And then you've got another 15 games on. I mean, that's hold on here. Hold on. Whoops. I mean, you're starting at noon on Saturday for the FCS, right? I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You got Southern and Alabama State. That's on at 3. You come up here, and then there's games all the way into, you got Montana State and Utah Tech. This will be probably a rout, but Prairie View A&M and Tarleton State, that's a great game. Prairie View A&M's got some votes. Tarleton State's in the top. They're looking to actually make the push to they're ranked 5th in the country. So they're going to play who are they playing next week? Tarleton State. Bowling Green. People are picking that to be an upset. But anyways, this is to let people know that you don't have to not have football. You don't have to be part of the crowd that's over there yelling, oh, 1 week, I can't wait. It's right here. I just showed you like 40 games in the FCS. East Texas A&M and Mercer. It's going to be a great game. So we got to give the FCS its shine. Also, we're big FCS guys. Back when we played, we were in the Southern Conference. We were FCS, and 1AA, then FCS. The bid portal to host future. This is from Sam Herder FCS. He just made a career change. So he apparently knows ball about FCS. Shout out to him. The bid portal to host future FCS championship games will open shortly. The NCAA anticipates coming to a decision on the future sites by Selection Sunday. So right now it's in Frisco, Texas. Prior to when we were playing, it was in Chattanooga, Tennessee, which was awesome. It was a great stadium for a national title game. So that's cool. And then, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the FCS. Don't not. FCS is the purest form of football, folks. It's beautiful. It's not tainted yet by, they still have time to develop players. I mean, once the players get developed after a couple, 2 or 3 years, and they leave their senior year to go somewhere else to a bigger school, great. But they still develop talent there for a year or two at least. But every kid now wants to be like, I'm in the transfer portal because they want to get recruited again because it's, they want TikTok football. So, anyways, now, so you want all that. So you got Thursday, Friday, full, ready to roll. And then you come in here and you got Saturday, week 0, the traditional FBS is what everybody's going to tell you. And you got the overrunners, you got the lines, you got Dublin, Ireland, the first game at noon, standalone on ESPN if you're not watching FCS. North Carolina, TCU, where TCU got the absolute wheels beat off of them. North Carolina got the wheels beat off of them. Then you get San Jose State at USC, which will be a rout. Then you get 3:30. You've got NC State, Virginia, at Virginia. The ACC is so weird. I don't even know if this is a conference game. Maybe I can look that up. Is NC State versus Virginia a conference game? Let's see what it says. Yeah, it is. Okay, it is a conference. Wow, look, there you go. Oh, Now, look, here's what we're gonna do. People don't know what we do. If you're new to the show, here's what we do. We're gonna make a top 12 college football playoff ranking. Okay, it's going to happen. And guess what? It's not going to be hypothetical. We start at week 0 because you know what matters? Wins. You know why? They start playing football games. Okay. And when you start playing football games and you start winning games, guess what? In our eyes, in our poll, that matters. Not what you would do, not what your strength of schedule is perceived to be, not what your preseason ranking is. If you have won or lost, you will get ranked. Or if you've lost, you won't get ranked. Okay. And we will keep the undefeated teams where they need to be until they lose. Because in today's age of college football, where the conferences suck because they keep doing all this nonsense where they've made the conferences so gigantic, I don't even know if NC State, Virginia is the ACC is a conference game. I don't know that because the conferences are so big. You don't know if they're playing each other for conference or not. They've done it before. Who knows? That's one of the biggest issues those idiots have is make the conferences where you're in divisions and everybody has to play 9 conference games and everybody in each division plays the same. Sunbelt's got it right. You play your entire division. You figure out who's the best in your division. And guess what? If the division sucks, you mix it up the next year. They're changing everything anyways. Who cares? So anyways, at noon, you're stuffed with football lunch from North Carolina TCU. You're laughing at Bill Belichick because his team stinks again. Then you get Lincoln Riley, the USC, the hype, that's going to be out of control. NC State, Virginia's going to be an awesome conference game. Then at 5:30, you go doubles. You have to have 2. This is a multi-screen. This is a good way this weekend to get your multi-screen practice in, ladies and gentlemen. 5:30, you got to click on Jacksonville State versus North Dakota State on CBS Sports Network. That game is going to be so electric. It's North Dakota State's first game as an FBS program. They're hosting Jack State. I think Jack State leads the series. Jack State has got they've got the series lead, I believe. They've got the series lead. So we'll see what happens there. But it's just we know our guy AKC, big Jack State guy. They've got this Mega John, I think is what they call him, his 6'8" receiver. Jack State's supposed to do really well in the Conference USA. North Dakota State is supposed to do well in the Mountain West. So this is a big-time Group of 6 matchup here. Could have playoff implications because I picked Jacksonville State to go a long ways, I believe. So then you get a little action. Sacramento State. It's their first time in the dance. That's their first ever FBS game. They've never won in Michigan, so shout out to them. Eastern Michigan does it also. I think their field's gray, by the way, pretty sure. And they run out they have a sledgehammer they hit into cinder blocks and they run onto the field. I don't know if they're still doing that. Then you got a little sneaky game. Hawaii at Stanford. Stanford's favored in that one. Only by 4, because Stanford lost to Hawaii last year at Hawaii, and I'm pretty sure Michael Alejado, the quarterback for Hawaii, is a freak show. He is so much fun to watch. He got hurt, I think, in this game, and then he was hindered the whole rest of the year. But Hawaii won this game last year, and it was awesome. It was a great game. So Hawaii is a dark horse, I think. Which conference are they in? Is it the Mountain West? Pretty sure they're in the Mountain West. But yeah, so hold on. There we go. Let's see. Mountain West. Well, I don't want that. Just show me the Mountain West Conference, Dad. Blame it. I don't want to see anything else. I'm drawing a mind blank here. We've done so many. Yes, they're in the Mountain West. Good gosh. North Dakota State is too. We've done so many. People are moving conferences. Hard to keep up. We've done so many previews of conferences. So it's out of control. So you get Hawaii, Stanford. You're going to get to watch Mike Alejado, 7 o'clock. It's going to be awesome. Stanford with the Andrew Luck stuff. And then you get New Mexico State, who's not very good. They're going to play at Florida State. Norvell starts his campaign to remain the coach of Florida State. And then, what a nightcap. You get Memphis at UNLV. Both teams, group of 6 representative contenders in the playoff. UNLV has a lot of hype. We picked them to do really well. I think we picked them to go 11-1, I think. They're going to do the whole, they want to run 2 quarterbacks. They're doing Orgy and Jackson Arnold. And they did it last year until Calandria eventually won the job. But a lot of hype around UNLV. Their defense has got to be fixed. But that's going to be an awesome 10 o'clock. I think I'm going to be doing a fantasy football draft during that, though. That's going to be a put like an over bet in or something and just sit back and enjoy the show because the overs are like 56.5. Now, Hawaii, for the first time ever, is going to play Stanford in California. And then Virginia, NC State, this little nugget from College Football Home on Twitter, he said, can Virginia beat NC State for the first time while Dave Duran is their head coach? It has been since 2006 that NC State has lost in Charlottesville. Wow, what a nugget. So that's your Saturday slate from noon to midnight, baby. 12 hours of football, and you got all the FCS stuff. So that was a big 15-minute monologue on how awesome football is going to be over the next 3 days. It's going to be great. What we do on this show, ladies and gentlemen, normally when we have an entire full slate where there's, 80 games or whatever it is, we take and we condense and we pick out the top 5 games of the week that we are keeping our eye on. Because you can't, as much as I would love, and eventually one day I'll be able to, but right now, my son's in football. We're outside. We're doing stuff outside. We're laying pine needles. We're doing all, we're doing, I don't want to, nor can we watch every single game. So we pick out a couple of games every week that we're like, hey, these are the ones that you have got to keep your eye on, okay? So this week, throughout this year, you'll see it on the social medias, on everything. We go and we pick the top 5 games of the week. And here you go, ladies and gentlemen. It's top 5 week games. On your, J-Vi's here. I didn't expect him to be on. Top 5 games of the week.
Hi, I'm still in the car, but I saw you were by yourself, so no man left behind.
Hey, dude. I haven't even got to anything, and it's already 30 minutes in.
I know. That's why I got on, so you can move along. I'm a galvanizer. I push people along.
Hey, are you pro or against the people ignoring FCS starting tomorrow at 6 p.m.?
I'm against it. I don't think I would ever have been pro for it. I don't think I ever will be pro for it because it's football. It's meaningful football.
Yes.
It's decent football to watch. But I'm not going to say that I have followed it traditionally on a Thursday night.
Right. But I'm saying there's people that are saying, hey, college football starts in a week and a half. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It starts tomorrow at 6 p.m. because you can put an absolute sick parlay in if you would like.
Yeah, I mean, I go to all these college campuses, and everywhere I see it says season starts in 10 days. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. Your season starts in 10 days, but college football season starts tomorrow.
Yeah. If you're like, is that bad that you're not acknowledging that football's here? Like that, if you're not early, you're late, right?
Yeah. If you're not first, you're last.
I mean, if you're on Coughlin time, Tom Coughlin, right?
Yeah. 5 minutes early. It's on time. On time is late.
How can you disrespect football star? By the way, I'm wearing my App State jersey in honor of football. Well, on Twitter, there was this guy, the Herd Bros. They do this G6 poll this big bracket, and App State was in the Sweet 16, and we made a massive comeback on voting to win and win it like at the buzzer, and it was great.
I mean, that's what we do. Miracle on the mountain.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, that's how you start your season off. You can't play the game anymore, so you got to do what you can and help the university win where you can, and that's what we were doing.
Well, FCS or 1AA, them playing on week 0 Thursday night, that goes back 20 years, 20 plus years. We
Mm.
we did an interview with Joe Flacco today, and we brought up to him, you know, App State, and because he played App State in the national championship game in
Yes.
2007 when he was at Delaware,
Yep. We played him and smoked him, dude.
and he talked about actually being able to watch the App State Michigan game with his teammates at just a house, them hanging out because they played the week before on week 0,
Mm.
and they had a bye week on the traditional week 1 week.
Mm.
So they were off. So they just got to enjoy us beating Michigan too. So, this is not something new that just started. FBS may have just started with week 0
Mm.
a couple years back, but FCS 1AA has been doing week 0 for 20 plus years.
Well, that's why it looks like a well-oiled machine, because there's like 50 games from Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Everybody's getting all excited about FBS going to the playoffs. FCS has had this thing dialed in for a long time.
Yes.
They've had playoffs. They've had week 0, like they've started earlier. There's a lot to learn from the FCS level that people are just overlooking.
Yeah. Well, they don't want because it works. They don't want to look. They don't want that model. They don't want it to do that. They need to have all their shows and chaos because it creates it creates content and it creates discrepancy, which is what they want. It's what sells.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was gonna. Oh, I was looking up the Cal Poly.
Idaho.
Yeah, it was what Cal Poly.
I was looking into that game for my pick of the week that we'll probably talk about a little later. But
I was looking for the spread. I'm pretty sure Cal Poly is not
3.5.
Yeah, they're 3.5 point dogs, unless that's changed. But Cal Poly at home is 3.5 point dogs, dude. That one's on ESPN Friday, 10 p.m. That's our first game. That's our first ever 2026 game of the week. But
it's late.
10 p.m., dude.
I know.
10 p.m. Then then it's the second game is North Carolina TCU. Then you got NC State, Virginia. That's the third game. Then you've got Jack State, North Dakota State, and then Memphis, UNLV. So those are the top 5 games of the week. I was explaining that we make this every week whenever there's like 80 games so that we can't watch every single game. So these are the ones that we try to keep an eye on and then talk about.
Yeah, but you don't have a single game on there that starts tomorrow.
Well, no, I had to do a whole bunch of research.
How could a game that starts tomorrow, the official kickoff to college football season, not be a game of the week?
They just had a 30-minute segment on this show. So I think they're okay. That's what I'm going to put in the tweet, too, when I send this out. I'll be like, if you're looking for the FCS respect, just listen to the first half hour of the show. Because that's what I just talked about. But FCS is on there, dude. It starts Friday. Actually, there weren't that many elite games. Well, I kind of
Is Cal Poly FCS? Idaho went back to FCS, right? They were Sun Belt. Oddly, that was like the only team ever to be in the Sun Belt that didn't fit regionally.
Yeah, they probably kicked him out. But anyway, that's your top 5 games of the week. Okay, graphics galore. The next thing we got to talk about is our Group of 6 championship game predictions. We went through all the conferences, went through every game. We have not done the American, so we have to do that on Sunday. So we don't have a prediction for that one yet. But we're just going to list off our championship matchups. In the MAC, it's Toledo and Western Michigan. I feel like that's a solid pick.
Yes.
Conference
Toledo
USA.
or Akron that is doing the...
That's Akron.
Akron.
Yeah.
They're close. I get them confused. They're close together. They're both in Ohio.
Yes.
There's a lot of teams in Ohio that are in the MAC.
There's a lot of stuff going on in Ohio, dude. That's why people visit there.
I just came from Ohio.
So I'm saying, dude. So did Jed York. Well, he didn't really came from Ohio, but
Well, he may have.
he tried to. Oh, Conference USA. We got Jack State.
I think it's so funny. I think it's hilarious the fact that there is some person that lives in a trailer park in Ohio that knows all the details of how stressful it is to be an owner of the San Francisco 49ers.
Dude, unbelievable. Yes, that is that.
Like
Yeah.
a person that has zero clue about San Francisco at all, probably.
Maybe that's all he was
Allegedly.
trying to do. Everybody's like, oh, he's trying to do this and he was trying to do that. And it was like, maybe he was just trying to talk to somebody.
Yeah, dude.
You don't know.
Let me pay you $160 to tell you
Just to
how
lift.
stressful it is that all my players get hurt all the time.
And my coach got in a weird accident that nobody knows about.
And my backup quarterback is better than my starting quarterback, but I can't
that's not
play
true.
him.
But that part's not true. But all the other stuff is true. Conference USA.
My coach wrecked his self-driving car.
Yeah, he didn't have his hands on the wheel, but that's like part of the actual point of having a self-driving car is that your hands aren't on the wheel. So what are you doing? Conference USA, Jack State versus Western Kentucky. I like that matchup. I like that matchup. Mountain West, we had New Mexico versus UNLV. We like that one?
Yes.
Okay. Pac-12, we had San Diego State versus Boise State. And then in the Sun Belt, it was App State versus Troy. Let's go. Get out of here, Pete McCormick. He's talking about Mac Jones. But Sun Belt, App State versus Troy. We're back. We're already gaining momentum with this Group of 6 tournament, and we're about to ride that. So
I talked to Mark Spear today. We went and toured Cincinnati's campus and athletic facilities, and I talked to Mark Spear today. And before he left App State, he did a huge deep dive on the history of App State.
okay.
In the past 2 years, App State has had back-to-back losing seasons. That was only the 4th time in the history of App State football, over 100 years, that has happened.
We're not used to it.
So if App State doesn't turn it around this year, then we need to look in the mirror and reevaluate what we're doing. Maybe we should take the Idaho route.
Well, yeah, that's true.
He also did research on from when App State moved up to FBS up until when NIL started. So from 2014 or whatever it was to 2021, App State was like 49-7. But since NIL has started, App State is 19-19, and they've only won one game with a team against a team that's ranked, or like with a winning record or something crazy like that.
That's embarrassing.
Oh, well, it shows that how big of an impact NIL matters.
Well, yeah, don't you remember that entire show I did? When I
try not to, but yeah, I remember.
Where I sat down.
You remind us every year, once a year, when you play it.
Exactly. I sat down and I was like, it was happening at 50 to 60% of FBS Group of 6 schools were beating Power 4 schools. So like every other game, it was happening. And as soon as that number gets to a level where they're like, what the hell is going on here? Hey, we can pay players now. And now that number drops off a cliff. It's no shock. Like people, it's just what happens.
Yeah.
So Shim and M says, what sport is this? Football, baby. We're back. All right. Power 4 championship games. Graphics. SEC, Georgia, Tennessee. Thoughts?
I mean, that's a rivalry game, but they don't play each other in the regular season, which is very odd. I think you should keep do whatever you want with the power conferences. I'm over what they're doing. do whatever you want with them, but keep the rivalries. So the fact that these teams aren't playing in the regular season, give it to me in the SEC championship when it matters most.
Can you imagine Georgia, Tennessee,
In
Atlanta?
Atlanta,
Oh my
come on.
gosh, dude.
Very good, strong fan bases from both of them, both close to Atlanta.
That would be such an awesome 50-50 crowd split with the red and the orange. That would be incredible. It'd look like a Starburst 2-pack. It'd be
Who's playing
electric.
quarterback for Tennessee this year?
They just announced the true freshman. I cannot remember what his name is, but it's
freshman.
Yeah.
Sheesh. I don't know they're going to make the SEC championship with a true freshman. I don't see it.
Faison Brandon.
Not without a good defense.
Faison Brandon. Their schedule is favorable. That's the only all their good games are at home. That's why we got them winning like 10 or 11 games, I think. Because you look at their schedule, it's like, well, wow, they just don't shoot themselves in the foot and they can win a lot of games. They're like Penn State.
Yeah, but they're notorious for shooting themselves in the foot.
They are. You're right. Well, they don't have Joey Aguilar anymore.
That's true. Joey Swagalar.
Yeah. Shout out Jacksonville Jags. Big Ten, we got Oregon and Indiana. Championship game.
Because Indiana has a favorable schedule, don't they?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I think we had them going 11-1. They get Ohio State at home too, so that'll pretty much determine it. Oregon is I think Oregon's gonna be really good. We don't need them to, And then in the
Oregon's based on their defense, which is what matters.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon has their defense their coach is a defensive coach. So,
well, look, if Dante Moore, the quarterback for Oregon, wants to be the guy and everybody, let's he's the number one pick, then win something.
Yeah,
win something. Win the Big Ten or win the national title. Win something. Then you'll get the Fernando Mendoza treatment, right?
Yep.
You'll be a can't miss. ACC is Miami and SMU. Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see their schedules. Miami's going to be okay. I don't know. I'm not in love with SMU. I don't know if their coach is good enough to make it. I think somebody's gonna slip in there, like a unknown is gonna slip in there.
Like Cal, baby. Wake Forest, Cal.
Yeah, could be. ACC is always good for something like. I mean, the ACC championship last year was Duke versus Virginia.
Love that, dude, and it was electric. It was awesome because it had so much
game.
It was awesome. It was awesome
because it mattered. Because that was their national championship.
Yep. It was the only chance they had to get into the playoff, even if it was a small chance.
I mean, I will stand on what do the kids say now? I will stand on 10 toes. Duke should have made it to the playoffs solely because they won the conference of Big Four, a Power Four conference. They won it. They should have made it in the playoffs, regardless of record.
What's the point of going through a conference and then telling us how grueling it is if you're not rewarded for winning it?
Well, everybody says they want the regular season to matter, and it doesn't matter if you're not putting a conference champion in the playoffs.
And then they're like, well, they don't play. They had an easy schedule. There's a schedule lottery, and I'm like, then don't be an idiot and make the conferences 17 teams or put them back in divisions.
So when Wisconsin wins the Big Ten this year, you're going to say they don't deserve to be in the playoffs because they didn't play Ohio State or Michigan or Oregon?
That they will use that against them. They've created a system where they can do that. Idiots. Just bring back divisions. Well, divisions aren't fair. Then switch them every year. Who cares?
Yeah.
SMU's road games are Florida State, Louisville, Notre Dame, and Stanford. They only play 4 road games. Holy cow. Are you kidding me? Out of 12 games? Yeah. SMU has got a favorable schedule. Favorable. That's wild, dude.
But who are they? Are they returning players? Do they lose players?
I can look at that. Hold on. I think I have it. Let me check SMU. I've got a returning schedule. I can't remember what the guy's name is who made these little charts, but they're freaking incredible. SMU is Notre Dame returns a lot. So does Virginia Tech. SMU.
Does Virginia Tech return a lot, or they have Penn State's old roster?
That's true. SMU's kind of middle of the road about returning players. They're ranked 53rd out of,
120.
Yeah. So they're like middle of the road. I mean, probably average,
Yeah.
So,
But
the
they have
big
money. They should bring in guys. They have money.
well, they got the same quarterback, dude. He's been there forever, Jennings.
Yeah.
So that matters to me.
And their coach is a quarterback guy. I mean, he was under Gus Malzahn for a long time.
Mm-hmm. And Jennings has playoff experience, so he's a leader. Big 12 is BYU and Texas Tech. Collision course, rematch.
Yeah, I mean, Texas Tech should go undefeated until that game.
They should. But I think look, dark horse, Arizona. Let's do it. Okay, I did a Power 4 conference winners. Probably going to win. Would be funny. Dark horse. So for the Big 10, probably going to win is Indiana. Would be hilarious is Penn State won it with Iowa State's roster. And then dark horse to win the Big 10 would be Washington. Thoughts?
I think it'd be hilarious. I'm not a Penn State guy at all. Like, I don't really like Penn State at all.
I do like the fact that they.
But it would be hilarious if Iowa State came in there and won, because Iowa State can never win the Big 12.
That would be, oh my gosh, dude. Iowa State alum would be so mad at Matt Campbell.
Oh,
that would be hilarious. That's what I'm saying. It would be hilarious if they won the Big 10.
Yes.
SEC, probably going to win is Georgia. Would be funny if Ole Miss won it. Dark horse is Tennessee. I think it would be hilarious if Lane Kiffin leaves LSU, Ole Miss wins the.
That would be hilarious.
That would be funny, dude. That would be funny. ACC, probably going to win is Miami. Would be funny if Duke won it. Dark horse is Cal. Would be hilarious if Duke won the ACC again. Back to back. Dude, would that not be the best?
That would be awesome. But they just lost. Their quarterback went to Miami, right?
Yeah. They just named a starter, too. I can't remember who it was. But Big 12. Texas Tech's probably going to win it. It would be hilarious if Oklahoma State won it. Dark horse is Arizona. If Oklahoma State brings over North Texas's roster and wins the Big 12 and goes from worst to first, that would be hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to win it, but I think they're going to win a lot of games.
We had them winning 8 games. They're way over. They're over.
Yeah.
So
I need to ride that. Remind me tomorrow.
We got to do that, don't we? Dang.
I got to ride that one.
Oklahoma State being we got to get that. I forgot what it was set.
Tell Max. I need to tell Max. I'm riding it for him.
Look, we're about to be an Oklahoma State podcast. I love Oklahoma State Stadium. I love their uniforms. That was like a dream school. If I could have gone and played anywhere, it would have been Oklahoma State.
Really?
Yeah. I loved Oklahoma State. I don't know. Do you have a school like that? You're like, dude, if they offered me a scholarship, I'd go there tomorrow.
Trying to think.
When I actually, in the early days, Oregon requested film on me.
After you beat McAfee out?
Before they, it was actually after that I can't remember what combine that was. But it was before they actually got all crazy with the uniforms. It was back in the Joey Harrington days.
Oh, yeah.
The yellow O there.
The Donald Duck.
Yep. And then Donald, was it Dixon? Devin Dixon? Whatever his name was.
Because nobody really remembers that then, and nobody's said this to me personally, but I think that was one of the main reasons why Michigan scheduled to play us in 2007, because they had Oregon week 2, and they thought that we would give them the best look for Oregon. And then we both dog walked them.
Yep.
I mean, we beat them by 2 on a last-second field goal, but we were up 14 points. And Oregon beat them by 40.
We should have been up 21 if Quick caught that slant before half.
Yeah. And Oregon beat them by 40 the next week.
Oh, that's
But
right. I forgot about that.
I mean, Oregon was a shoe-in to play for the national championship that year if Dixon doesn't get hurt.
Yep.
Dixon got hurt in like week 7 or something.
Yep. He was fun. He was electric.
Yeah.
But that's our probably going to win would be funny dark horse of the year. Okay, I filled out the bracket. You saw it the other day. One seed, Indiana, 2 seed Georgia, 3 seed Miami, 4 seed Texas Tech. We had Oregon and Texas A&M playing in the first round. Ohio State, Jacksonville State playing in the first round. Oklahoma, BYU, Washington, Notre Dame. We had Oregon advancing to the quarters. We had Ohio State advancing to the quarters to play Texas Tech. Oklahoma advancing to play Georgia. Washington advancing to play Miami. Miami beats Washington, goes to the semifinals. Oklahoma beats Georgia, goes to the semifinals. Texas Tech beats Ohio State, goes to the semifinals. Indiana beats Oregon again. And then we've got Indiana, Texas Tech, Miami, Oklahoma. And then we get rematch, Indiana, Miami. Indiana wins the title again, back-to-back champs.
I am going to put a guaranteed stamp on that is not going to happen.
Hey, dude, that's where the chips fall where they may. Let them fall where they may.
I don't see Oklahoma beating Georgia. I think Georgia will be able to handle what's his name? Mateer. He's too swole, dude. Quarterback can't be swole.
No, that's the old. No. That's a bunch of quarterbacks out getting a narrative. Look, don't subscribe to the load management movement, buddy.
I'm not subscribed to the load management. I'm subscribed to facts.
Okay.
Name a good swole quarterback.
It's a new day and age, man.
But you still got to throw the ball.
It's a new day. He can throw it. He was on fire before he got hurt last year.
Yeah, but who did they play before he got hurt?
I don't know that off the top of my head.
When they actually started playing competition.
No. You don't know that. You can't say that. You don't know that.
Bro, I know ball.
Hold on. Hold on now. Let me
not. I guarantee it's not. Miami is not winning or going to the national championship with Duke's old quarterback.
You don't think so? You don't like Mensah?
No.
You mean ACC champion Duke's quarterback? You're just bragging about him.
Yeah, because their defense.
Get out of here, dude.
6-5 Duke? No, I don't think that they are going.
Dude, you mean ACC champion, Darren? He knows what it takes to win it. Carson Beck couldn't do it.
Carson Beck might find himself starting in Arizona.
Oh, yeah. Okay. This was 2025. Oklahoma played Illinois State. Ever heard of them? They played in the national title game in the FCS. Then they played Michigan. Then they played Temple. Then they played Auburn. I can't remember when he got hurt. I think it was around then. So
I think he got hurt Alabama game. Then they beat Alabama, and then he got hurt after that, I think. Because after the Alabama game, he was like a Heisman candidate. They were like, oh, he's going to win the Heisman. And then like the next week, he got hurt.
Well,
if my mind
look at all these ranked teams, dude. Look at all these ranked teams. You love those.
Michigan was terrible last year.
Oh, yeah, they were awful.
Auburn's not good.
No, Auburn sucked too.
And it was a close game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you don't think this is going to happen? Rematch? No. Rubber match?
No.
I love it, dude. I love it. All right, upset advisory. Last year we finished 36 and 60.
Hey.
That's bad, dude.
What is that, 25%?
That's bad. But in my defense, we were doing I would put the spread up there, but then I would count it as a loss if they just lost the game. So it was kind of confusing. So this year we're going to do
the graphics are also confusing.
The whole thing's confusing. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what's going on. But I know how it works, and I'll keep score. Here's this week's Week 0 upset advisory. Southern Illinois is at West Florida. Southern Illinois is ranked, and they are favored by 21. And I'm picking West Florida to cover the spread at home. 21 points. Next up.
Is West Florida moving up a division?
Yes.
Come on.
I'm pretty sure it's their first home game.
They are not covering.
I'm pretty sure it's their first home game as an FCS.
Same with Chattanooga and West Georgia. Georgia's moving up to FCS.
Dude, I'm telling you. You don't think they're going to be hype?
I think they're going to be hype. I don't know if they're going to be prepared depth-wise.
Upset advisory, dude. Southern Illinois, be on upset advisory. Idaho, you're on upset advisory at Cal Poly, favored by 3.5. Abilene Christian, you're on upset advisory, favored by 7.5 at Lamar.
I think that's a trap. That's a trap game because they play Texas Tech the week after.
Oh, you're right, they do. I think Lamar's ranked 20th, and Abilene Christian's ranked 15th. Are you kidding me? The number 20 team hosting the number 15 team, 7.5-point dogs at home? Absolutely not, especially week 1.
God, give me that. I like that one. Remind me tomorrow.
Lamar, I'll send this to you, dude. I'll send you this. Go ahead, put them in. We'll make a parlay. It'll be great. Chattanooga, -2.5 at West Georgia. West Georgia was receiving votes in the top 25, dude.
After moving up?
Yes.
Is Chattanooga ranked?
Chattanooga is a disaster with what they did to their logo, so I don't care what they're doing. I put the cool logo on there and not that stupid C they ruined it with.
But are they ranked?
No, they're not. North Dakota State is on there. They're favored by 7 versus Jack State at home. And we all know how I feel about Jack State and North Dakota State. So
yeah, you are Randy Marsh meme for Jack State.
Dude, I hate North Dakota State. Hate them. And then Virginia is on upset alert, upset advisory, because they have not beaten NC State in Charlottesville in like 20 years. And they're favored by 5.5 against NC State. Upset advisory. There it is. The board. Let's move on to picks of the week, where we had a 57-54 record last year.
Hey, winning record.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. I don't remember what happened with all of our bets on this card, so I don't think I ever added it up, but winning record 57-54. We reset the slate. You gave us, so to remind everybody, Tex will give you the over-the-top over of the week. Is for college football and NFL. I will give you the spread of the week. J-Vi will give you the under of the week. Butch P will give you a dog of the week. Dylon will give you a prop of the week. Edge, whenever he settles everything down, will give you a money line. He just couldn't do it this week because he's moving and has a business. And so we got 5 of them, and we'll parlay these as well. J-Vi, under of the week is?
Gardner Webb at Austin P, 59.5. That is 30 points per team. I know Austin P is pretty good. I don't think Gardner Webb's good enough to cover. I'm saying this game goes under.
I love a little FCS bet right there. That's nice.
That's tomorrow night, right?
Yes. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I think it's tomorrow night.
Let me look. I think it's one of the first games, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's at 7 tomorrow night. So what was it at? 59? Oh, it came down to 58.5.
Ooh.
There you go. Wow. So you should have got it at 59, folks. Wow. I'm going to give you Jack State +7 at North Dakota State for your spread. Don't do that. I don't care, North Dakota. I don't care about this, their first game. I don't care about how many national champions. People are sleeping on Jacksonville State, and they're gonna get a rude awakening. They got a quarterback who can play. They got a giant receiver who can play. Jack State, bad taste in their mouth from the conference championship game last year. Not gonna happen. Tex is giving you the over at NC State and UVA. Dylon gave you a prop from the NFL. I love this prop. Anthony Richardson under 1.5 passing touchdowns versus the Lions. There you go. And Butch gave you Hawaii plus 160 as the dog of the week at Stanford. Love that. All right, some other college football news. That's pretty much week 0 in a nutshell. Other college football news, we just talked about this. The Chattanooga Mocs have just ruined their logo. It's just a block C. Like if it was like an X or a Z or like a Q or something that's different, no, it's just a C. There's like 16 teams that have the letter C on their side of their helmet. Bring back the bird that's driving the train. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on in the college football world, college sports world of NFL players that were in training camp that were going to come back to play college football camp because they re-entered the portal, this and that, and then all the conferences gained J-By. They teamed up and put out statements and say you can't do this and we're not going to allow it. And it's
there's still loopholes though.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, the Florida State guy that's going to Texas Tech now,
Castellanos.
Big 12 just came out. It's like no person that plays professional can come back and play. But it's like the loophole is like if he just participated in mini camp, then he's okay. And it's just like, no, you had to sign a contract to play to practice in mini camp. If you signed a contract, you should not be able to come back. I'm okay with like what the NBA does, where you can go to the combine and see what your grade is and maybe where you're going to land in the draft.
Yes.
I'm okay. I'm totally fine with that. But if you sign a contract to participate in any type of camp, you're done. Your college career's done.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I think you should be able to go to the combine and
there should not be any gray area with this. It should be black and white.
Well, just like if you go to the combine and work out, or the scouts look at you and they do that and they're like, hey, you're probably not going to get drafted, or you at least have some clarity on what you need to do with your career moving forward. But
yeah,
at some point, dude, these kids just need to be told no.
Yeah.
Like they have to be at some point they have to be told no. It's like their entire lives, they're elite athletes. They, they pretty much don't have to, I mean, look, man.
At some point it's going to turn into, not just
you
5
never have
years.
To get a job you can play forever. It's like no.
Well, it's not going to be 5 years in college. It's just going to be you actually played in games for 5 years. So in that case, I still got 2 years of eligibility left.
Let's go. How many total games did you actually play in? That's the thing. Because if you never played, then technically you have eligibility. So I have a lot of eligibility left then. But no, dude, I'm looking at this and I'm like, at some point, these kids need to be taught, hey, you need to move on.
Yeah.
It's an important lesson for you to learn that I understand you don't really, and what they should do, honestly, for these kids that come back and like, oh, I can't, what am I supposed to do? They should let them enroll in either some sort of class or a program that's like, hey, you can be a student again and we'll help you get acclimated into some job. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
don't leave them out to dry. Like, that's not what we mean. Like, that's not what I mean. I'm like, but at some point, like,
well,
hey, man,
that's what they created the UFL for.
Yeah.
Go play in the UFL. Go play in Canada.
You could absolutely do that. But it's just one of those things where, these athletes that play at high level schools like LSU, like they never get told no, like, hey, you can't do that. And they just kind of, I don't know. I just think at some point they need to be told, hey, you got to take another path.
Yes.
Because you're clogging up the system. So this was the SEC statement. An SEC institution is not permitted to have an athlete on its roster as previously declared for the NFL, NBA, or WNBA draft. Why do you throw that in there? And did not appropriately withdraw. Sign a contract with an NFL or other professional football league, NBA, G League, or WNBA. Or I keep throwing the WNBA in there.
Yeah.
Been listed on NFL or other professional football league, NBA, G League, or WNBA or affiliate. Okay, that's enough with The commissioner is authorized to enforce this expectation with penalties against a member. See, they were going to, if they fail, they'll receive a 50% season suspension for head coaches, 50% of the sport's annual operating budget. There you go. That's where you're hitting them. And voting privileges on business matters revoked if they violate this. So I think they're looking at Lane Kiffin because Lane Kiffin was the one that's like, yeah, come on down.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But anyway, so good job on all the conferences being like, yeah, we got to, at some point we have to stop that.
Yeah, somebody needs to grow a pair.
Did you also see ESPN is removing the bottom line ticker on college football games?
No.
They say it's going to create a cleaner representation that keeps the focus on the field. That's BS, dude. What they want is they're going to put that and be like, hey, it's better for the viewer if it's cleaner. It's like, this isn't the NFL, for one. Number two, you're not fooling anybody because I know what you're doing. You don't want anybody to turn off your channels. Because if I'm watching the ticker and I see on Fox or something that so-and-so is getting upset, I'm going to change the channel.
Well,
right?
I think it's going to backfire and you're going to change the channel more because you're going to have to change it to see what.
Well, I think what they're going to do is they're going to make their app want to send you push notifications so that they get clicks and views on their app. So you'll have to follow their app. That's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah, I'm not doing that either.
So, but it's stupid. It's just another way of them trying to change the game for no reason. Other big news, J-Bye. App State has named Malachi Singleton its starting quarterback for the 2026 season. He's an Arkansas transfer. He played 16 career games with 10 total touchdowns, but he's wearing a Purdue jersey here, so I have no idea.
I was going to say.
He's wearing a Purdue jersey. Yeah, I don't know. I will say this.
And Purdue and Arkansas aren't exactly powerhouses in their conference.
No.
So if he wasn't starting at those schools.
Yeah, that's a good point. At least he told us. Remember last year we couldn't get a word out of him about who was going to start?
Well, he didn't know either.
Obviously. I don't think he knows. I just don't think he knows what he's doing, quite honestly. And it's official. Martin Allen Wims in Akron football is named the OC of the game, presented by Arby's Steak Nuggets. This is what a promo this is, dudes. This
Arby's Steak Nuggets.
Dude, first of all, they offer a fan to be able to call plays, and then they get it sponsored by Arby's. All around, awesome job by Akron. That's great.
You know, I was reading about this, and what I sound like a dad when I say this. I'm proud of the fact that they picked a person that has actually has had season tickets for multiple years. You know, they didn't pick a person like McAfee or Big Cat or whoever who just bought season tickets just to try and get this. Like, this dude's had season tickets since like the 90s.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's good on them for picking somebody that's actually been there through all the bad times.
Yeah. It wasn't just trying to do it for his own his own interest. Yes. And not to say those guys won't bring extra, like they're, you know, the Big Cats and the McAfees are like, yeah, well, we're going to put eyeballs on you. So we're doing it for Akron too. And it's like, well, sort of, whatever.
Well, you're also doing it because you're a content creator.
Yeah. So everybody knows. But anyways, the saga's over. Ball State named Keldrick Luster its starting quarterback today, and he'll be your favorite quarterback. This is from Tom Fornelli. Favorite quarterback you've ever heard of before. He's 5'10", 250 pounds. That's a unit. That's an absolute unit.
That's a fullback.
That's, yeah, dude. That's 5'10", 250. That's almost 4'8", 230.
I know.
I can't wait to watch this guy. Shout out Ball State for doing that. All right. We got a pick'em. I signed us up for a season-long pick'em. It's a 10-game pick'em. It's from College Football Home on the Iron Football app.
Let me get inside right quick. I just got inside. I just got home.
Okay. All right.
All right. I'll be back.
All right. So while he's doing that, he's going to get back in here. What happened to our screen there? Wait a minute now. What is going on? There we go. Goodness gracious. Sometimes this technology is just outrageous. So let's share our screen here. Let's go over to college football pick'em pool. Here we go. So this is the Iron College Football Iron Football app. Big time college football app. If you're not on it, you need to get on it because the amount of things you can do on this are absolutely. And the crazy thing is we've been chatting with the creator for this, and we love to make lists and we love to make rankings, and I love certain styles of rankings and things like that, the way they're presented. And they have been literally listening to everything, all the stuff that people are saying to try to get this, like, hey, this app. I mean, they've got referee stats, they've got coaches stats, they've got you can see, like, this app will give you the TV viewing guide, like where all the games are. It gives it to you all in one place. It's great. I'm not getting paid for this. I'm just like, as a football guy to other football people, this is an app that you want to have because you can do so much. It has all the games and the trivias and all that stuff. But right now we joined College Football Home on Twitter at College Football Home. He's done a season-long pick'em challenge, and we will pick 10 games from this from each week. There we go. And there's a mix of FCS, and I guess College Football Home picks them. He will pick the games that we will pick from. Last year, I think we did the CBS one, and it was pretty much only the big games. So this is going to be fun because this is more of a true football aficionado that appreciates, all levels of football, much like us. So we just talked about the first game up, and we're going to see if we can't win this thing. Okay. The first game up is Thursday night, and it's Southern Illinois versus West Florida. Do I think West Florida is going to beat Southern Illinois? No, they're 21-point dogs at home. So I think Southern Illinois is going to win that one. Weber State, I can't. When is that? One's on Friday at 9. Weber State's going to be taking the field, and Weber State is 3.5-point dogs on the road. So they like Northern Colorado. I think we like Northern Colorado. Did that check? I don't know. Then we move to Saturday. North Carolina at TCU. I think TCU routes them again. It's not even going to be close. And then you get the NC State at Virginia. I don't know, man. This game's intriguing. I got to wait for J-Bot to pick that one. Southeast Missouri State. I'm pretty sure. Are they ranked? Southeast Missouri State. Hold on. Get out of here. That was Southeastern Louisiana. I think they're receiving votes, maybe. Yeah, Southeast Missouri was receiving votes, and they're playing Indiana State, which I don't think they're ranked at all. So who's the favorite here is the question. That game's Saturday at 6 p.m. Are you kidding me? Let's take a gander here, folks. Indiana State's favored by 2.5. I would take my money on Southeast Missouri State. Let's go Southeast Missouri State. Then we got Eastern Michigan hosting Sacramento State. We're going to take Eastern Michigan there. Abilene Christian at Lamar. Let's take Lamar at home, right? Mercer hosting East Texas A&M. Mercer's usually a very good football team in the FCS. They're ranked. I'm pretty sure, yeah, they're ranked 21st. And East Texas A&M, I think, is receiving votes in the top 25. No, they're not. South Dakota State hosting Stetson. South Dakota State's going to beat the wheels off them. And then Memphis at UNLV. UNLV is going to win that game. We are riding the UNLV ship hard. So when Javi gets back on, we'll run through this again. But right now, those are the picks. We haven't saved them yet. We will, though. I'd like to get his thoughts on the NC State Virginia game. That's really the big one. Okay. We'll pull those back up later whenever he gets on. All right. let's go back to the slides because there he is. I just pulled it off. There we go. All right, dude. I did the pick 'em.
Already?
Yes. Well,
Damn.
Southern Illinois at West Florida. You already said you're picking Southern Illinois.
Yeah.
Weber State at Northern Colorado. Weber State is a dog on the road. Shout out Rashid Shaheed. He played at Weber State. Your cornerback. Who's your cornerback? There's a cornerback for the Bills that played at Weber State. Is it Teron Johnson?
Taron Johnson?
I think so.
He plays for the Raiders now.
Oh. Hold on. Who? Weber?
I think you're right, though. I think he did play at Weber State.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does. He's no longer on the team.
Oh,
Ray Davis. Ray Davis is number 7 now.
Okay. Yeah, it was Teron Johnson. Taron Johnson, whatever.
It's Taron Johnson.
Do you like Northern Colorado over Weber State? Northern Colorado's favored.
We've played Northern Colorado. They came to App and played us.
No, that was Northern Arizona.
You're right.
I thought the same thing until I saw Northern Arizona. I was like, nope, that's who it was. The Lumberjacks.
Yeah.
Pretty sure we smoked them too.
I feel like I've seen Weber State and they're pretty good. And I don't feel like I've seen Northern Colorado. Obviously not. I thought it was Northern Arizona. Should we go upset here? First upset of the year?
You think? I think Northern Colorado is receiving some votes.
Yeah, I don't know.
For the top 25. Neither of them are receiving votes for top 25, actually. So,
pick them, dude. Flip a coin.
Which one do you want to do? I have Northern Colorado picked.
All right, let's ride.
TCU, North Carolina, and TCU, right?
TCU, 100%.
NC State at Virginia. This one I couldn't figure out.
NC State beat them first game last year. Virginia got revenge.
Yeah. I just think NC State does this. They're going to win. They'll go 5-0 and then just completely fall apart coming down the stretch.
Well, their quarterback is potential Heisman candidate, right?
Yeah.
According to Tex.
Yep. Yeah, reliable source.
Yeah. And Tex is an NC State guy because his wife went there.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to tell you this. My heart is telling me Virginia.
Mine
because
too.
I think Virginia is actually legit turning it around. I think Tony Elliott's a really good coach.
Yeah.
But my gut's telling me NC State.
Go with your gut, dude. Go with your gut. And then I picked Southeast Missouri State because they're ranked and Indiana State's not. That's the first upset of the year.
No, that's not an upset then. If Southwest Missouri State is ranked and Indiana State is not, that's not an upset.
But they're favored. Indiana State's favored.
Oh.
Upset.
Really? They're favored and they're not ranked.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's a cheat code right there. I feel like we have to do that.
Or is it a grab?
Southeast Missouri was receiving votes. Never mind. They're not ranked, but
sounds like you're not the reliable source.
Eastern Michigan. We're picking Southeast Missouri State.
All right.
Eastern Michigan, that's a pretty easy one.
Sacramento State used to be good, though, right?
They were. That was Cam Scattaboo before.
Yeah, I was going to say, Scattaboo. They won AA, though, right? They didn't move up?
Not anymore. They moved up.
They moved up.
So I think they're in the
hard for Eastern Michigan to – I think it's hard for Eastern Michigan to recruit and get players because they're 10 minutes from University of Michigan.
Yeah, but Sacramento State's going to go on that gray field and be like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Abilene Christian at Lamar. Lamar?
Well, we talked about this earlier. Abilene Christian's on upset advisory board.
Which means we should pick Abilene Christian, given the way that's gone. I don't know, dude.
But you said it's ranked. Both of them are ranked.
Both of them are ranked.
Abilene Christian is 18, Lamar's 15, or other way around?
Abilene Christian is 15, Lamar's 20. First game of the year.
What's the spread
7.5.
for Abilene Christian?
Yeah.
So in reality, they're 10-point favorites because you get 3 points for being at home.
Yeah.
Oh. They must think Abilene Christian's a lot better than Lamar.
But they also favored Indiana State over Southeast Missouri State when Southeast Missouri State is considered a rankable team.
Yeah, but would they favor them? 3?
Yeah, it's 2.5.
So they think it's even. That's even then. That's even.
What do you think, dude? Lamar, Abilene Christian.
Look. I love a good upset. I love a good upset on your home turf to start the season.
Let's go.
I'll go Lamar. I'll pull for the underdog.
Let's go. Mercer East hosting East Texas A&M. I'm pretty sure Mercer's going to.
Yeah, I have to pick Mercer anyway.
Why do you have to pick?
My wife has a degree from Mercer.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I forgot about that. I was like, wait a minute.
One of her like 8 degrees that she has.
South Dakota State is going to blow out Stetson. I think the spread on that game is like 30-something.
Shall we take the spread?
Vote for Stetson? Aren't they the Stetson like hats or something, or riders?
Stetson Bennett's?
Their logo's a hat.
Cowboy hat?
Yeah, pretty sure. And then UNLV hosting Memphis. We got to ride UNLV.
Yeah, I mean, we picked UNLV to go to the conference championship. We picked UNLV to
maybe go to the playoff.
Did we pick UNLV to get their win total?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I know we picked it for we picked it on the show, but I can't remember if we picked it.
Oh, if we bet it?
Yeah.
I don't know if we bet it. We need to do that. What's the other one? Oklahoma State.
Yeah. But yeah, I like UNLV mainly because they're at home and the time difference. That's a late kick for Memphis. I know it'd be an 8:00 kick Memphis time, but that travel matters, dude. In college,
it does. All right, I like that. Does that look good?
Yeah,
let's do it. Submit it. Okay. Pick, submit it. All right, we got some NFL news, and then we're out of here. We can run through that pretty quickly. Let me get it back over here. Here we go. Here is whoa. There we go. NFL Week 3 preseason tomorrow night. Bills Steelers on the NFL Network.
Prime time.
Not prime time. It's 7 p.m.
Prime time.
The prime time game is Patriots Browns because that one's at 8 tomorrow.
No, dude, it's prime time for.
It's not prime. It's 7 p.m., dude. That's not prime time
for New Brunswick, Canada. It is prime time.
Yeah, well, I mean, the 49ers play at prime time too, 8 p.m.
Nope, that's not prime time.
Wow, all the California, well, I guess former California teams were playing each other. Then on Friday you get 6 p.m. the Commanders and the Ravens, and then you get Eagles, Bengals, and you get Broncos, Vikings. So triple header on Friday, and then Saturday there's 2 games. 1 and 6, Lions, Colts, Bears, Titans. There you go. Week 3 in your face.
Are you watching that or are you watching college football?
I'm watching college football.
Yeah, Ike. Look, I'm going to watch the Bills every single chance I get except for week 3 of the preseason.
Yeah.
No offense to the guys playing, but those aren't the guys I'm going to be watching on Sunday.
No. Well,
and that
I was all in on the Hall of Fame game, dude.
That game doesn't matter.
No,
yeah, no, I was all in on the Hall of Fame game too. I've watched both Bills games during the preseason.
You know what the worst part about preseason is in the group, in your friend groups, you can't win or lose. You can't win ever, because if your teams win, your friends will never give you credit, and you can't really talk trash because it means nothing.
Yeah.
So, you know, like in the regular season, at least if your team wins, you can be like, your team sucks, my team doesn't. In this one, it's like, if your team goes 3-0 in the preseason, we're just like, it's the preseason, nothing matters. And if you go 0-3, they're like, your team's the worst ever, but it doesn't matter. So it's a weird place to be.
Yeah, but the Bills have put up almost 40 points in both
I
games.
mean, the Niners just put up 40. I don't know what you want me to say to
But
that.
you
See, we
lost
could
the
do this.
first game.
Purdy didn't play.
Mac Jones.
Okay. I mean, if Mac Jones is Mr.
Purdy
let's put
scored
him in the
3
game,
points. Mac Jones scored 17.
They lost the game. Purdy didn't play. That's all that matters. You could have all the points you want, dude. I mean, you could be the freaking, 2018 Chiefs for all I care.
Hey, Bills are 2-0.
We already talked about Jed York. Did you see this? The NFL and NFLP have announced that players who commit 3 violations in any of these categories in a season will be suspended 1 game. Hip drop tackle, horse collar tackle, launching, hit on a defenseless player, blindside block. All players will begin 2026 with a clean slate. Violations will carry over into future season. What?
Look.
This is...
Do you know what I noticed about this?
Just play flag football.
No, not that. And this is coming from, I did kick, but in high school I was an offensive guy. Like, this is coming from an offensive-minded person. I was an offensive player in soccer. This is coming from an offensive-minded person. There's not one offensive penalty on here.
It's true.
Like, you're only penalizing the special teams players and the defense for things like that. Dude. I'm not saying you get 3 holding calls, you should be out for a game. But, I don't know, give me 5 holding calls.
Yeah.
There's no you haven't punished the offense in any of these rule changes because you want to see points.
That's a good point.
But look who's winning the Super Bowls, the defensive teams.
Mm-hmm. Seahawks, Patriots, good defense. Broncos last year, great defense.
I love watching Josh Allen put up 40 points, but I also don't mind seeing 3 yards in a cloud of dust because
I don't dude, they always call hit on defensive player. They do it all the time.
Yeah.
People are going to be, this is going to be terrible because people are going to be suspended all the time.
Yeah.
You're going to lose people watching the game because their favorite players are on the sidelines. Like the hip drop tackle, they don't even call that anymore.
No.
They did for like a year and then they stopped. Launching, do they know how to tackle? You know what you're supposed to do when you tackle somebody? You launch yourself into their midsection.
Explode.
Like, what are you talking? You have to launch yourself. What are you going to Olay them? What is this? What are you, a matador? It's a joke. What a joke. You can't hit anybody. Unbelievable. Disney and the Champion and the NFL collection dropped. So Disney, which is now ESPN, right? ESPN, Disney, Hulu, whatever. And now NFL is ESPN. So they said, you know what we'll do? We'll find another way to make money, and we'll market this to kids and people who love Disney movies and Disney World and Disneyland. You're going to see these all over Disney World and Disneyland.
What is that for the Bills?
The Bills is the Beast.
Of course.
Beauty and the Beast.
Of course.
The Falcons is awesome. It's the Millennium Falcon. That's awesome.
Yeah.
The Lions obviously
New York Giants is Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, dude.
That's awesome.
The Rams is Sully. I think the Packers is Chewbacca. The Buccaneers is awesome. It's Captain Hook. Cleveland Browns, that's Pluto. The Dolphins is the
Cardinals are Safar.
Dude, the Cardinals being Jafar is weird. You couldn't find another
Cardinal?
The Chiefs have a wolf man. That's ironic, dude. Remember the Chiefsaholic?
Yes.
The Seahawks are the seagulls from Nemo. That's weird. I don't know. Anyways, it's a cool. I mean, that's cool.
Yeah, those are clever. Those are thought out. I mean, the Star Wars, the Darth Vader being the Raiders.
Yeah, that's a good one. Oh yeah. The NFL. Jafar has Liago the parrot. Is that his name? Or was it Diago? Diago or Liago?
Are you talking English or Spanish?
I don't know. Diago. The NFL has made more rivalry jerseys. I think the AFC East and the NFC West did this last year, remember?
Yeah.
So now we've got the NFC North and the AFC South. And the Jaguars basically look like the Chanticleers of Coastal Carolina. The Houston Texans just can the Texans and the Titans just play a game to say, hey, winner gets the Oilers colors. Can we stop?
Yeah.
With the Houston does the light blue and the red and the white, and then the Titans just stop.
Or just bring back the Oilers.
Yeah, I mean, can we just stop?
It's like who does it in the NHL? In fact, one team in the NHL always wears their. I mean, the Sabres are guilty of it. They keep trying to bring back the saber head, and it's like,
which is the best one. They should
just make a decision.
Yeah. The Bears basically look like the Fighting Illini from Illinois, and those pictures of Caleb Williams, like the memes and stuff, are just hysterical. The Vikings look like the Ravens, and the Lions. So the Vikings just basically said, we'll just do our rivalry jerseys to look like the Ravens, and the Lions will be like, we're just going to look like the Panthers.
That's the Vikings?
Yes.
Is that black?
Up here. It's like an emo purple. I'm so sick of Houston and Tennessee. Tennessee's Titans somebody's got to get in there and tell them, hey, you see this? Buffalo Bills, more uniform news. Red helmets on Christmas Day.
Love that.
Finally.
Love that.
Play the hits, dude. Just play the
white?
hits.
With white?
Is that the combo? The all whites with the red helmet?
Yeah, who would play? Denver?
Yeah, the Broncos. It should hope is last Christmas it was awful because everybody was hurt. So hopefully.
Yeah, we play Thanksgiving and Christmas this year.
Damn, dude. Browns named Deshaun Watson their starting quarterback after they got up there, and he was all mad because they booed him, and the coach said, play better. Can you imagine being a Browns fan, dude?
God.
Oh. Todd Monken off to a hot seat. I told you he's on the hot seat. Even
Always
though he's been
next year. Oh yeah, he's a
he's a Tom Sula. He's a Tom Sula.
A stepping stone higher.
His press conference has been so bad. Also,
he's what we thought Marty Schottenheimer was going to be, but Cowboys decided to keep him.
You mean Brian Schottenheimer?
Yeah.
He'll start week 1 for the Browns against the Jags. He's 7-0 against the Jags. Did you know that?
Yeah, because Trevor Lawrence is his underscore. Oh, so he's still the master. He's still King Master.
Wow. So this is a big game for Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Can he finally, can he master Splinter?
Can he beat Dad?
Master Splinter walking the turtles down the tunnel. Is he now the big turtle that's walking the old Master Splinter down the tunnel?
Deshaun Watson has broken down doors for Trevor Lawrence to walk through.
He walked. He crawled so he could walk.
He walked so he could run.
Yes. The Patriots traded Kayshon Boutte to the Texans for Jalen Reed in a 2028 7th-round pick. Patriots got weaker. So, Jamar Chase got hurt, but he said he was fine. There was a video of him hyperextending his knee. So people are freaking out. And the Dolphins, this is a hilarious graphic. The Dolphins' highest paid players this season.
Yeah.
Tua, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Jalen Ramsey, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Zach Sealer, Bradley Chubb, and Teron Armstead, none of which are on the team.
Jeez.
They're like, hold on, how much? They're $60 million more than the next team, which is the Browns, in dead cap space.
Hey, you got to have a year like that. If you get a bad contract and they don't pan out, you got to have a year like that.
That's hilarious.
But Penix has got cleared to play.
Yes, yes. It's his job to lose is what I saw.
Wow. After what Tua has done this preseason.
They're both trying to lose it, basically, is what they're. All right, golf. Scotty is the clear-cut favorite in Eastlake, and he's plus 350, followed by Rory. Then Xander, then Wyndham, then Cantlay, then Oberg, and then not Sam Burns. Get him out of here. Get Fleetwood out of here. Those guys aren't winning it. They're not winning.
I feel the same way with Xander.
Yeah.
Like Xander had one good year.
Yeah.
And he just had a baby.
Like I think Wyndham Clark's live, baby. I think Wyndham Clark is just.
Yeah, he's putting it well. Did you watch that thing I sent you?
You know what I would like? No, I haven't watched it yet. You know what I would like is if we got Scotty versus Wyndham. I think that would be the best final pairing on Sunday.
Scotty just doesn't play well at Eastlake.
Yeah, but I just think.
I mean, has he ever he's lost 3 of 4 tour championships because he doesn't play well at Eastlake. Rory plays well at Eastlake.
But I think just for cinema, like people love Scotty. People for whatever reason don't like Wyndham Clark because he beat up a locker. And I feel like that would be could that be our new Tiger and Phil? Like Wyndham Clark versus Scotty Scheffler? Because Rory just doesn't care. Like he just does whatever he wants.
No. Rory shouldn't have even been in the playoffs because he didn't play enough tour events.
Yeah, you're right. But so I think Wyndham Clark, Scotty Scheffler could be our next rivalry.
I'll buy into that.
So if we get Scotty and Wyndham on something, because they're playing for Player of the Year too. Like whoever wins that would be Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Big news: they're changing the championship series for the PGA. They're going to make it a match play 2-week event. It's going to be awesome. Top 32 players week 1, and then the top 16 players week 2. It's going to be great.
Love that.
I'm like, hey, good for golf because guess what? Now we'll get a bracket, and guess what? Then we can pick the bracket.
But then are we getting 1 through 8, 1 through 4, 1 and 2?
I think it's going to look something like this. Somebody made it up. Patrick McDonald said what the 8-match play groups would look like in the new tour championship model based on standings. So you'd have 4 people in a pod.
Well, I guess you get that on the 4 days. You'll get one. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay.
So you get it like that. You'd have pods pods of 4.
Just took me a minute.
But like I said, you're going to give us a bracket. Like you have to set it up like a bracket too.
Yeah.
Then people can pick it, and then there's upsets, and people are like, "Oh gosh, can you believe?" And then we can pick on who the most likely upset is. It's going to be great. It's going to bring engagement.
And I think it's going to be a lot more realistic. Being able to pick it just because, you have statistics on how these guys have played at that particular course.
Yeah.
And what type of course, or what type of golfer it takes to do well at that course and what type of golfer they are. So I think you could have a lot more perfect brackets than you have before, which you've had 0.
Well, credit to the guy who's running it because he's a football guy. He knows, hey,
he came from the NFL.
He knows. There's nothing like playoffs and brackets. There's nothing.
Yeah, upsets.
That's what people want. And
upsets drive viewership.
And the thing is, like, if you get mad that, oh, Scotty had a great year and lost it, guess what, dude? Scotty, you had a chance to win the game. So win the game. And that's how they should view it.
Yeah, if you get a 32 seed beating a 1 seed, and if Scotty's out in the first round.
Can you imagine, seeing the 32 seed right there? Oh, my gosh.
Look, give me that. Because you know what I think you get from that is a pissed off Scotty, and he goes and figures out how to putt during the offseason, and then he blows everybody out of the water. And then you're going to have him in the Tiger talk.
And we'll get to be like, an 18 seed made it, and you can start making stats and be like, no 18 seeds made it farther than so, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Give it to me. Like Gary Woodland, he would have
dude.
He would have upset Fitzpatrick.
He'd be a 31 seed.
That's what I'm saying. He could have upset Fitzpatrick. The way both of those, both of them are playing right now.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Fitzpatrick's kind of falling off. Woodland's on fire.
I love it because you have to keep playing well over and over and over again. If you like Fitzpatrick and some of these guys are resting off of what they did months ago. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. See, to me, you look at that featured group versus, I don't really I like Fleetwood, but I don't really want to watch Tommy Fleetwood play Ryan Fox and Colin Morikawa play Justin Rose. Give me the upset and Bhatia versus Minwoo Lee. Those are two good, likable guys. Give me that group, which has lower seeds than the Fleetwood group.
They should make this where the golfer who's in the highest seed, they should have it at 8 different locations. It's a
regional. It's a regional.
Dude.
And then you have super regional.
Yes. High seed gets to pick where they want to play. That would be sick. And you have to submit your course if you're the highest seed beforehand, so the course could be. Oh man, that'd be sick.
Yeah, because you kind of know the top 8.
Yeah,
those have kind of been set in stone.
I love that. It's gonna be awesome. I'm not talking about the good stuff because I have no idea what happened. That ad was stupid.
I haven't seen it. I don't know. I read about it, but I haven't seen the ad.
Well, now they're getting raked through the coals, dude. They're getting their stuff removed from Dick's and Golf Galaxy and the PGA store, and they're about to lose their sponsorship for the PGA event. It's bad. Don't make. I mean, how the hell did that ad get that far? What a bunch of idiots.
Well, Callaway signed off on it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so they're just wrecking. Somebody had it out for good.
That's where I don't know. I try to see things from both sides, and it's we don't know if that was Callaway's idea, and they just did Callaway's idea.
Yeah,
and then Callaway signed off on it because it was their idea, but now Good's taking the blunt of everything.
And now Callaway looks like the good guys, being like, "Hey, see,
sorry, it slipped through our cracks. We signed off on it, but actually, it was our. I don't know. I have no idea. Could have been Good's idea, but
it was a bad idea.
Yeah, it was bad on both, and I don't think it's necessarily fair. Not that I'm a good guy. I don't really know much about them or their company.
Me either.
But
couldn't pick them out in a crowd at all.
No, couldn't tell you anybody that's in there. But yeah, I don't think it's necessarily fair that both of them aren't being raked over. Why is Callaway not being taken out of jail?
Yeah, they had just as much a part in it. They had people that signed off on it too.
Yeah, so I don't
know. Here's your 5-pick parlay. You can only make it top 20. So, Wyndham Clark, Siwoo Kim, Patrick Cantlay, Hideki, Gary Woodland. We're riding the Gary Woodland train till the wheels fall off.
Yeah, now final week.
Dude, I'm so sad because I was riding it earlier too. I believed. How dare you? Goes out to KFC for releasing a new Oreo chicken burger. It features cookie-style buns, mashed potatoes covered in crushed Oreo pieces on a fried chicken sandwich, and launches in China on all. What the hell is? I don't even know how to read that.
The collab featuring cookie-style buns, mashed potatoes covered in crushed Oreo pieces, a fried chicken fillet, and launches in China. That sounds disgusting.
This is a joke, right? This is somebody did this and made it up to be like, hey, let's make China think that this is what we eat all the time.
Yeah.
Dude, this is like those things that you hey, your birthday is September, so you're this is who your favorite football team is, and it's like you're born in September and your birth date's this. You're a athletic trainer for the San Francisco 49ers. It's like your birthday is in September, so you get Oreo buns, and the sandwich is a chicken sandwich if your birthday is September 10th. It's like, what the hell is this thing? That's a bad
cookie style bun.
That looks awful.
Why is mashed potatoes on there? Covered in Oreo pieces.
What is this? Who would do that anyways?
That's the thing that gets me. It's like, all right, if you want to make it look like a Oreo cookie, I'm fine making the bun look like an Oreo, which is what they did. But when you throw a mashed potatoes covered in crushed Oreo
Why do you need more Oreo pieces?
I don't think the bun is Oreo. I think it just looks like an Oreo.
Chocolate covered chicken? I don't know, dude. That's gross.
Ugh.
Okay, the mega show is done. We talked so much football. That was awesome. So everybody, saddle up. Don't listen to the idiots who say, Steve McCormick. Don't listen to the losers who say college football is back in 10 days. That's dumb. It's back tomorrow.
Go Bills.
Go Niners. Go App State.
Go App.
Let's go.